Well, today's Saturday afternoon, and I've been looking at some of the stuff on the internet, and I did run across a posting on there. It had to do with Mr. Hale's you could say relationship with his children. And it was disturbing to say the least. It was some sort of a psychiatrist that had made recommendations to the court. And it had some things in there that talked about the bruising that was left on his children for punishment, apparently. These weren't made up things, people. These are papers that were submitted to the court. It was submitted on an emergency basis back 3 years ago right now. And it was heartbreaking. And as a parent, I would never let somebody like that near my children. But if you happen to see the paperwork out there, it actually says that the children are suffering from PTSD at the fault of Mr. Hales. And it was enough for me to realize that, well, my opinions probably are about as correct as you can get from way back there. And that I can only feel sorry for those children. And different times I've told you I thought that the things that were handed out to John and Michelle were worse than some of the prisoners were going through during World War II. And now I can see that none of them went through what is apparent in that paperwork I looked at compared to his children. Wow. I can see why Jason came on his own channel that he's got. He still has that channel, by the way. And tried to warn everybody out here about what his father was like. And now I've seen the papers that were submitted to the court that also said the same thing. It was trying to counsel the children back a few years ago. And when I say a few years ago, I'm talking about 1922. And the emergency that they were asking for was no more trying to get them together. They went through, more than just a little bit of time. It's not like it was a month here or a month there. This was a considerable length of time of trying to get a relationship between the children and their father. And the children were scared, extremely scared, and couldn't even look at him. So, and that's not my words. That's what was in the paperwork. Now, you can go look at the paperwork yourself if you want to. I don't care. I'm washing my hands of that part of it simply because it makes me sick to my stomach to even think that there's some jerk out there that can get away with things like that. And these aren't hearsay documents. I've seen them, okay? You can make your own mind up when you go look at them. I'm not going to put them on here because you'll probably accuse me of saying, these are false documents. They are not. They're stamped. They're certified. And these were submitted to the court for approval, in which they were approved, by the way. And the other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was a video I seen the other day where little Harley was accused of harassing Willis over there at Tubetown on the property across from John and Michelle and little Harley. She was actually yelling out, "Super Dave, Super Dave." And I've heard her yell that out before, when she's been on the telephone or different times when she was on video. So it's not a surprise of her going around there talking about Super Dave, because but quite frankly, she likes to talk to him and about him. And she considers him a superhero. And she was talking about some stickers that she was. It almost makes me cry that an adult would use a child in that manner that Willis is, of accusing her of harassing him, because he says that the parents taught her to do that or something to that effect. What in the world is this world coming to, and what have we all become a party to? I'm not going to speak on it very long today. This will be one of my shortest videos I've put out. I just never believed that humanity would lower itself to what these people are doing right now to this family, and what one of them did to his own family. My Lord, it's not something that you can talk about and feel good, because it reaches out and it will taint your soul just to be around something like that. You can't be. Now, little Harley doesn't deserve to be accused of something by an adult. Lord's sake, what is that guy thinking of? He's despicable, in my opinion. I'm glad I don't live there. I wouldn't be able to look at this guy. He would make me literally sick to my stomach to see him going down the street. The smirk on his face when he was talking about that little girl on his channel was absolutely sickening, and I wouldn't have went there if somebody hadn't said, "Hey, you got to see this." I haven't been following his channel for quite a while because it hasn't made sense. It don't make sense. Wow. Well, I'm sorry that I can't think of something good to say right now. My heart hurts for little Harley, and my heart hurts for Jeremy's children. And the fact that, the focus has been so much. Why do people want to use Harley as a focus for this fight? Why? Do you get a kick out of using that for a drama? When she's a teenager, she's going to have a hard time living past, living this down, what people have done to her. They're going to look at her as being out of the ordinary because of everything that's happening to it right now. She can't hardly go anywhere without being under scrutiny, and it's just a heartbreaker. And for anybody out there to let it happen. After I looked at those papers today and seen what they said, and I'm sure they're going to be all over the internet very quick, I wouldn't be able to look at Jeremy in the eyes either, because I won't look sickness like that. It can touch you. Your soul will feel it when you're around somebody like that. It'll be so cold. So it's up to you what you guys want to do out there. I mean, if you feel it's a path you want to be on or follow, there's no hope. Now, there's a lot of accusations going back and forth about people that have gathered up one way or the other trying to back somebody up. There's no way in hell that I would follow somebody like that. But then That's just me. But when I see proof, documentation, that has helped me feel the way that I do, because it's real proof, it's court documents, it's witnesses, it's doctors, it's when they all say, hey, you guys need to look a different way. That's all I can say. I know a lot of you jumped all over me because you think I'm just too old to understand what's going on. But I can still read, and I'm still mentally apt. I have no problems with my mental facilities. I think it's too bad that some can't stand on their own 2 feet. Recently, Richard's channel was attacked. He's down for a week or whatever it is for doing a parody. And yet there's so many others out there doing parodies that are much worse, and nothing happens with them. So what's the deal? Where's the fairness? You know, Richard Luthman has done nothing anybody else hasn't already done out there. Nothing. And yet there was apparently somebody or enough of somebodies that they nailed his channel. Well, wrong is wrong no matter how you split it, spit it, or turn it around. I hope you people realize what is wrong. With that, I'm going to let you go. It's my Saturday one. It's the only one I'm going to post today, and that's all I've got to say.